Hey guys, it's Kazi here, and I just wanted to go ahead and cover that Global Dokkan just released the most popular team formations among users for the new Dokkan Fest, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and HIRUDEGARN. And it is not what anyone who is an active member of the community was expecting at all. So let's go ahead and jump on to the very first little slide that they put. This is Super Saiyan 3 Goku's team. That means that people that are pulling this unit, these are the teams that they are running. As you can see, it's literally just a whole bunch of very, very popular cards. We have, obviously, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku that we pulled. He has to be on here. Beastless Gohan, Orange Piccolo, the Spear Bombs from the 8th years, Vegito, pretty much Vegito, and then Zamasu. And then we see Birdku down there. We also see God Goku. And there are a couple of outliers here. We have, of course, the AGL Tapion has had his easy A. But apparently when they were doing the stats for this, Tapion actually didn't have his Super Tech easy A yet. So that's kind of really throwing people off here. Like, who was running this guy pre-easy A? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And then Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who also does not have his easy A, and then Tapion and Minosha, which Tapion and Minosha, it's a card that I actually don't even own, even though I've summoned on a lot of LR banners since these came out, or since they've came out. I also don't own this card. So yeah, people are just absolutely confused. They're like, there's zero way these are actually the most popular team formations, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that I believe them. Like, I actually do think that these are the most popular team rotations because if we look at, obviously, Tapion AGO, he's been on every single banner ever unfeatured. Super Tech as well, every single banner ever unfeatured. Super Saiyan 3 and Goku, it's one of the oldest LRs. Of course, people have him, they're going to use him. And then Tapion Minosha is a very, very cool card. I don't see a lot of people actually have this card. And if they do have it, they just don't really use it for whatever reason. And I also believe that people, they just like to run cards that they think are cool, and they don't really care about how strong they are. They're not meta slaves like most of the active player base in Dokkan actually is. Like, we play with the best teams, we use the best teams, we link level the best teams so we can do the hardest content, the best content as soon as it comes out. That is just what the vocal majority of the Dokkan community does. That's not what the majority of people playing Dokkan do. That's just what the vocal majority tend to do. As we can see down here, the most popular allies to pair with Super Saiyan 3 Goku are the God Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and lastly, the Vegeta. With this being said, I truly do believe that these are correct stats, and we're going to go ahead and jump into the HIRUDEGARN. So now we have HIRUDEGARN here. Okay, so we're going to see a couple of what I would call bums. Cooler's Easy A was very, very good when it first came out. Absolutely amazing, crazy, ridiculous support, amazing Big Bad Boss's unit, but he faded out very, very quickly due to just absolute power creep. Janemba has not got an easy A yet, but he's still up here. He can actually still be fairly viable. Remember, guys, if you're collecting those rainbow orbs, he will, in fact, get the damage reduction. Click 4, just type orbs, period. You're going to go ahead and get a small support boost for all of your extreme allies. And then we have Janemba here. Janemba, I actually don't own this guy on my main as well. He is just a very, very cool card in my opinion. I love the art. I love the OST. I just love him as a unit. He was one of the first units that they introduced that has the slot 2 or slot 3 gimmick mechanic that a lot of people took advantage of. And I just think he's an amazing unit. He's very, very cool. So this does not surprise me at all that he's in this #1 most used team formations. And then, of course, AGL Cooler, one of the last good extreme type units. Of course, this guy was going to be here. And then LR Cooler. Everybody's waiting for this guy's Easy A. He was an absolute beast when he came out. I know some people have some slander for Cooler, but he was an absolute monster when he came out. And everyone is just anticipating his Easy A. That being said, is this first team like the best team that you can make with HIRUDEGARN? No, absolutely not. This isn't the best team that you can make with HIRUDEGARN on global. Keep that in mind. This is all global stats. Not the best team you can make on global, but it is a great way to start if you're just now beginning the game, or if you're just now coming back to the game. You're gonna have these cards, and I think people need to remember that a large majority of the player base isn't actively playing Dokkan every single day for at least an hour. They're jumping on, they're doing their missions, then they're getting off, they're in and out 15, 20 minutes. Maybe they'll do some small events to go ahead and Dokkan some cards, and maybe they'll do like an easy event every now and then if they see it on the page. But for the most part, people are logging in, they're getting their login bonuses, they're doing their dailies, and they're getting off. And people, they typically don't summon until they get the summoning itch. So that completely makes sense as to why a lot of these top formations don't have the meta cards, because maybe they just didn't have an itch to summon that month. Maybe they just didn't have the know-how to know what cards they were supposed to be putting all of their time and effort into. It could be a lot of factors, but this is why I truly do agree with these stats that are coming out for these cards. I know a lot of people are just absolute haters. They're like, no, there's no way this is true. There's no way the Dokkan community is this stupid. But I'm here to tell you, yes, it doesn't make them stupid that they want to play with these cards. A lot of people just want to play with the cards that they think are cool, that they own. That is it. Point blank, period. Thank you guys so much for your time. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you all later.